You are welcome back. Let's consider this topic on economics together. That's utility theory. Utility theory. First and foremost, we are going to consider the meaning of utility. We are going to also look at the concepts of total utility, average utility, and marginal utility. What is utility? Utility can be defined as a satisfaction derived from the consumption of a commodity. The satisfaction that we derive from consuming a particular commodity. That's what we reverse as utility. If you have, assuming you are feeling hungry now, what you are expected to do is to eat. So now let's assume that your choice, you make a choice to take some slices of a pizza, like what is stated on the board here. Now you want to take some slices of pizza to quench your hunger, to satisfy yourself. Now, what you are going to do in that regard is that you take the pizza, you eat it, so as to, to satisfy you, so that the hunger you are feeling can also be things of the past. And that's the reason why we say that utility is the satisfaction, the enjoyment that you derive from consuming some slices of pizza. That's what we refer as utility. Now, I haven't known the definition of utility now. What's the meaning of total utility? Total utility, it is the maximum, when we are talking about total utility, it is the maximum, or total satisfaction. Total satisfaction derived from the consumption of a commodity, or can say of goods or services. That's what we refer as total utility. Now look at this table now. These are the total utility. No, when the person, let's call this person Mr. Bello. Let's assume that it's Mr. Bello that owns this utility table. Now, Mr. Bello consumed one slice of pizza, and the total utility that he derived from that one pizza is 10. Look at the subsequently also, let's assume that he took 2 slices of pizza. He got 18. The total utility he derived from consuming 2 slices of pizza is 18 units. Now, what I'm trying to explain here is that, at the beginning, initially, ab initio, the satisfaction that you derived from the commodity that you are consuming, so that satisfaction will be increasing at the initial stage, but later on, it will decrease at the eventual stage. Look at this table now. You look at it that from 1, you got total 10 units of total utility, 2, 18, for 3, 24, 4, for taking 4 slices, 28, 5, 30. When it got to 6, it remains static at 30. When it go to 7, it starts decreasing. That's why we say that Eventually, I mean, at the initial stage, it will be increasing. The total utility will be increasing. But eventually, at the latter stage, I mean, at the eventual stage, it's going to be decreasing. That's what they call total utility. Now, having known that, let's go to average utility. Now, average utility, when we are talking about average utility, we are referring to it is a satisfaction per unit of commodity. That is the total utility divided by, this is the formula for average utility. That's the total utility divided by the commodity consumed. So the total utility divided by the commodity consumed. Look at this now. If you want to get this now, that means 10 divided by 1. This one is, this slices, you can refer this one as quantity. So 10 divided by 1, we arrive at 10. 18 divided by 2, the average utility is 9. 24 divided by 3, the average utility is 8. That's why we say that it is the total utility per unit of commodity consumed. That's the meaning of average utility. The total utility per the commodity consumed. So in which the formula is a total utility divided by quantity, and that's what we have just done. That's the table we have just shown us. Now let's look at the marginal utility. Marginal utility. From the word marginal, marginal means additional. That's the meaning of marginal in economics. So marginal utility has to do with it is the satisfaction we derive when we have an additional commodity. So it is the additional satisfaction we derive from consuming additional commodity. The additional satisfaction that we derive from consuming additional commodity. Now, as you are adding slices of bread here, you can look at your marginal utility. So these are your marginal utility, that is the additional satisfaction that you derive from adding more commodity, from consuming more commodity. And the formula says for calculating marginal utility is change in total utility or change in quantity. What they are saying is that as your total utility is changing, that one is what will be reflecting. That's when your marginal utility also will be reflecting. Let's look at this now. This one remains static. The first one, the first side remains. Now let's look at this second unit here. You look at it, you discover that the difference between the total utility is what gives us a marginal utility. That's what gives us marginal utility. Look at it now. 24 minus 18, that will give us 6. 28 minus 24, we arrive to 4. 30 minus 28, that's 2. 30 minus 30, 0. 28 minus 30 minus 2. That's why they say that change in total utility. That's what will give us marginal utility. And this, as the total utility is changing, the marginal utility also will be changing. That's what they are saying there. So as the total utility is changing, you can see 24 minus 18, that's 8. I mean 18 minus 10, we get 8. 24 minus 18, 6. 28 minus 4, 20 minus 24, that's 4. 30 minus 22, 30 minus 30, 0. So please try and ensure you like, share, subscribe, and then anytime you subscribe, ensure you turn on your notification button so that you can be aware anytime we put our video on this platform. So next time, the same platform. Let's meet once again. Thank you.